The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra is out, and let me tell you, Samsung ain't here to play, they're here to win. Okay, we've got AI tricks that Google's Pixels still don't have. We have some nice camera upgrades that get rid of the typical Samsungisms, and a titanium frame with flat screen. Guns blazing. How does it stack up against the iPhone 15 Pro Max? From a design perspective, both of these devices are cool. Yeah, the S24 looks like the S23 and the iPhone 15 looks like the iPhone 14. So what, right? They're very modern, very industrial, very high-tech. Credit given to Samsung, at least they give us more colorful options. Like the yellow we have here. You can also get it in orange, violet and some other more standard colors. Apple, on the other hand, it always has these very mature, very muted colors for the Pro iPhones. Which is a safe bet, but it's nice to see an actual premium phone that has some fun colors to accessorize with. Now, YouTuber Jerry Rig Everything took both of these apart and showed that the Galaxy S24 Ultra uses a lower grade titanium, and the fusing process is nowhere as cool or as advanced as Apple uses. But let's talk about feel. Now, they have very soft matte frames that are cool and smooth to the touch. The Galaxy S24 Ultra has sort of a grainier texture to it that makes it feel a bit stickier. It's definitely the grippier phone of the two. The iPhone is a bit too sleek, a bit too slippery if your hands are dry and cold, for example. The iPhone does have the action button, which is a cool hardware shortcut that lets you launch anything by just holding it. But wait a second, Samsung also has this. Just double press the power button. Now, while both screens are pretty awesome, we have to give it to Samsung this time around. The Galaxy S24 Ultra's display can get extremely bright, and it was just a pleasure taking camera samples during the daytime. The new Gorilla Armor glass on the front certainly helps because it reduces screen glare by like a lot. As always, Samsung offers a couple of color calibration options so you can get more saturation or more tame and realistic colors. Apple sticks to the one default calibration for the iPhone, which, credit given where credit is due, is very good and mostly accurate. And of course, both phones have comfort options to filter out blue light and reduce strain on the eyes. Cool! You unlock the Galaxy S24 Ultra with an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner under the display. The iPhone uses Face ID as always. And I have to give it to Face ID here. Not that the Samsung scanner is bad, but once you get used to unlocking your phone by just looking at it, you just realize how convenient that is. As you can tell, I am quite hyped about the S24 Ultra, and no, it's not for the AI, it's actually about the camera. This year, Samsung didn't just change the telephoto zoom camera, it seems it's changed the algorithms to reduce the typical Samsung-isms in its photos. So the skies are no longer neon blue and the grass is no longer toxic green. Most of the time. The Galaxy S24 Ultra pictures look very close to the iPhone 15 Pro Maxes, with some minor differences. They can trade punch for punch. For example, in this photo, the Galaxy burns out the highlights where the sun reflects off the building. Then, in this indoor shot, the iPhone applied too much sharpening in the middle and washed out the details around the border of the photo, whereas the S24 Ultra picture looks very balanced and natural overall. Then there are scenes where they are pretty much equal, maybe Samsung favors a bit less contrast with some boost in the blacks. At night, both phones apply generous amount of noise reduction and sharpening. I'd have to say I prefer the iPhone here. When the Galaxy S24 Ultra enters night mode, the aforementioned Samsung-isms make a return. You see a bit too much over sharpening, the reds become too aggressive, the scenes are a bit too exposed and HDR-y. That's not to say it's bad, but if you ask me to pick a phone for night shots, I'd go with the iPhone. Of course, we cannot pass up the fact that Samsung has zoom on tap. It can, again, go all the way to 100 times, and yeah, it's not perfect, but up to 30 times zoom, I'd say the Samsung holds it together pretty well. The iPhone taps out at 25x zoom, but it looks like a Samsung 30x because of magnification multipliers and lenses, and never mind. Selfies! Daytime, great detail from both phones. That's a bit unflattering, but oh well. I look a bit yellowish on the Samsung photos, I hope I'm okay, but otherwise pretty good. And night selfies look very similar. We lose a lot of detail and you can see there's been a lot of noise reduction, but if I have to pixel peep, I'd say the iPhone kept my facial features a little bit better, but again, that's a small difference. And here are some videos recorded with these phones. I am very happy with the stabilization, details, colors from both. In fact, I'd say the iPhone flirted with burning the highlights a little bit there, whereas the Galaxy kept the contrast and exposure in check a bit better. And if we look at a nighttime video, I'd say the iPhone did a bit better, details are a bit sharper, there's less blur when the stabilization reduces camera jitter, but again, minor details. By the way, did you hear that Tello, today's video sponsor, has dropped the prices of all their phone plans? No, this is not a promo, I mean permanently. With Tello, you can get as much data and minutes as you need on a per month basis. There is no bulk buying, no contracts, just mix and match your data and minutes as you wish. Want unlimited text and talk with 2 gigs of data? That'll be 10. 5 gigs with unlimited talk? That's $14 per month. Want to go all out unlimited? That's only $25. Yes, the flagship ultimate plan costs well below $30. And you get to use your hotspot feature for free. Tello is an MVNO with nationwide 4G LTE and 5G coverage. All phone plans have unlimited texting included. You can upgrade or downgrade your plan at any point for free from an easy online interface. Yes, it supports eSIM, Wi-Fi calling, international calling to 60+ countries, and you can set up your own family account where everyone gets their own unique plan. Bring your own phone or shop from Tello's bargain refurbished phones or new phones. Go to tello.com or follow the link below to check out Tello today. And now for something that the iPhone absolutely does not have yet: AI. Now, I'm very cautious when talking about AI because a lot of it right now is just glorified automation that's being labeled as AI to impress investors. But the Galaxy S24 line really does have some tricks that look smart. In Samsung Internet, you can now choose to summarize entire articles into a few bullet points. We tested it out with a few 1200-word editorial articles on PhoneArena, and we'd have to say that the Samsung AI really managed to get the gist of the meaning of the author and summarize the point of the article. Yes, we are afraid. Then there is the generative photo editor. Yes, we've seen that in the Pixel 8 Pro, and we've seen the Magic Eraser before, right? I'd say that the AI works a bit better on the Galaxy right now from what we've seen before. So you can crop, move and delete people and objects from a scene, as if you're the artist making your own reality. The phone will generate a background to fill up the missing spaces, and it will try to upscale objects to match the resolution if you choose to increase their size. It's fine, it's not ideal, most of the cases you can tell, but the photos mostly just, they work for social media, you can quickly share one, sure. Is it fair to make and share such photos? I don't know, I like to just snap a photo and keep it as it is, maybe crop it, share it, but I'm old. But back to the Galaxy versus the iPhone. Now, every time I talk about these two, I have to mention Samsung DeX, because it's awesome, or it has the potential to be awesome. I've had days where I come to the office with just a phone, I plug it into a USB-C hub with a monitor and keyboard, I write an article, or this script, and I'm done. It's pretty cool, pretty convenient. Apple has this desktop-like experience, but only on iPads. I am thinking that it may arrive to iPhones, but in a couple of years, not just yet. But then, Apple has its own advantages, like the ecosystem. But come on, the Apple Watch, I still find it to be the best smartwatch out there, and it only works with an iPhone. Then the AirTags. Yeah, I know Samsung has the smart tags, but those are ridiculously clunky. AirDrop between an iPhone and any other iDevice. As you can see, I work on a Mac, and I have to tell you, every time I put my SIM card into an iPhone and enter this ecosystem, it's a bit of a relief. Now, Samsung is partnered with Microsoft and is trying to bring the same sort of connectivity between Samsung devices and laptops, but it's still a bit... But I'm getting way off track here. Which of these phones is better? Tell you what, whichever one of these you pick, you will not be making a mistake. Okay, so 5 years of software updates, 7 years of software support. There's your investment right there. Apple Watch, iMessage, AirDrop, AirPods, Apple TV, S Pen, DeX, Samsung SmartThings, more zoom in the camera, iOS, Android, fast and excellent, better display, slightly better battery. Which one are you going for? Leave a comment below. See you next time. Subscribe!